We dug through the data and compiled a WWE list of past and present real tallest women wrestlers of all time. Starting off the list with two superstars from the Divas era, the first and only African-American Divas champion, Alicia Fox, and the veteran, Tamina, both stand at 5 feet 9 inches. They are followed by the newcomer, B-Fab, and also Indy Hartwell, who both debuted in WWE in 2021. Another female superstar who is 5 feet 9, it's Jessie Elaban, who wrestled on the NXT brand from 2018 to 2021. The 25th spot goes to Kavita Devi, who trained under the Great Khali's promotion, as she is the first Indian woman to wrestle in the WWE, also stands at 5 feet 9 inches. Number 24, Velvet McIntyre. McIntyre stood at 5 feet 10 inches tall. The fiery redhead is famous for wrestling barefoot and for holding the WWE Women's Championship for only 6 days. Numbers 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, and 18 all share the same height. The first female cruiserweight champion ever in WCW, Alundra Blaze, stood at 5 foot 10 inches in her prime years. She may have been ahead of her time, and she dominated women's wrestling in the 90s. Speaking of dominating, Chyna was billed by WWE as being 5 foot 10, although she often appeared looking taller, like 6 foot 1 or even bigger. Chyna is famous for wrestling many popular male superstars' names. She was a trailblazer and had a career with many firsts as a woman wrestler. Coming from Chyna's generation, another woman who shares the same height is Sarah Calloway, who only is remembered as the ex-wife of The Undertaker. Sarah pinned DDP in the one and only match she had in her 4 months televised career. Another crop of blondes who are 5 foot 10 are Michelle McCool, Charlotte Flair, and Summer Rae. Not only are Michelle McCool and Charlotte Flair tall, but both share the same statuesque frame and athleticism, and both made history in their careers. Charlotte's former BFF stable member, the attractive Summer Rae, certainly had the right looks for the times, though she always jobbed to more important divas on the roster. One of NXT's youngest superstars is Izzy Dame, who has a volleyball background, is also 5 feet 10 inches tall. Moving on with number 16, the megastar, Jade Cargill, stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall. Cargill feels and looks like she might be a Bianca Belair clone, but there's no denying she is one of the tallest in the current women's division. Number 15 is a WCW star you'd probably already forgotten about. While Midnight certainly had the bodybuilder look and size required to be successful as Chyna, Midnight's entire in-ring career barely lasted 2 months, having wrestled a total of 9 matches, in which she fought more against the men rather than the women. Lastly, in the 5 foot 10 category is Ava Raine. The Rock's daughter Ava is the first 4th-generation wrestler and one of the youngest talents ever to sign a WWE contract. At number 13, there is Karma, standing at 5 foot 11. She had the look of a monster heel and basically was the female version of Mark Henry. While Karma never had an actual women's match, she was last seen in the WWE in the 2012 Royal Rumble. Numbers 12, 11, 10, and 9 are all the same height, 5 foot 11 inches. Tori, never mind. Tori, who is mostly forgotten today, was the other female member of DX. The blonde diva was billed at 5 foot 11, making her one of the tallest women during the Attitude Era. Standing at 5 foot 11 inches tall, Stacy Keibler was not the best wrestler during her era, though she is best remembered for her hot looks and long legs, as well as her involvement in various storylines with the men. Maybe you are not familiar with these women, but former NXT superstars Persia and Jessamine Duke are both 5 feet 11 inches tall. Honorable mention goes to Lady Tapa. Lady Tapa is another big female superstar who stands at 5 feet 11 inches. Despite her big size, her wrestling was very bad, and unfortunately, she appeared on WWE TV only once in a 1 minute and 20 seconds match against Ember Moon. After this match, Lady Tapa disappeared and was never seen again in a WWE ring. Moving on to the 8, 7, 6, and 5th tallest female wrestlers. Lash Legends debuted in WWE back in 2022, transitioning from basketball to wrestling. WWE billed her at 6 feet tall. Tough Enough Season 2 co-winner Linda Miles is a name wrestling fans do not hear very often these days. Linda Miles was later renamed Shaniqua and was given a dominatrix gimmick. While it was a short wrestling career, Shaniqua looked like a big deal due to her being 6 feet tall. Another woman who shares that title, Nia Jax, is one of the select few monster heel women in WWE history. Nia often towers over her opponents because of her tall height and her intimidating powerhouse appearance. Also known as Reina Gonzalez, Raquel Rodriguez is considered to be a giant in WWE's largely smaller women's division, as she is the perfect mix of intensity, strength, and size. Next, numbers 4 and 3. The 4th tallest female wrestler in WWE is Jazzy Gabbert, who stands at 6 feet 1 inch. While she moved slow in the ring and her wrestling skills were not so impressive, her height was indeed impressive. Number 3 on the list is Sage Beckett, formerly known as Rosie Lottalove in TNA. She competed in the Mae Young Classic tournament, but failed to make any significant impact in WWE. She only wrestled 3 matches, but she's still one of the biggest women to ever step into the ring. The 2nd tallest WWE woman wrestler is Nicole Bass, who legit stood at 6 foot 2 inches and is most famous for her jacked physique. She acted as the bodyguard for other wrestlers and even shared the same locker room and drew comparisons with the aforementioned Chyna. Nicole Bass almost has the distinction of being the tallest performer in WWE women's history. However, let's go back a little further in the past to reveal that Aloisa is the first giant woman wrestler in WWE's history. Blink and you will miss her. Aloisa's WWE career never even started, as her NXT promos suggest that is the only time she set foot in a WWE ring. Aloisa stands at 6 feet 9 inches, and just by looking at the promotional shots on NXT Season 3, she had a gigantic size advantage over every other diva. Aloisa got fired in kayfabe by Vicky Guerrero, but in reality, the real reasons behind the release still remain unknown to this day. She goes down as the tallest WWE female superstar ever, and who is going to stop her?